I moved to Accra, Ghana. My name is Nia Akwava. Honestly, that was the best decision I have ever made in my life. The amount of money in this world can buy the happiness, freedom, the peace, the joy, just everything in life that I have right now. No amount of, and I have not looked back ever since. I love it. I love how I'm feeling right now. I love Ghana, so I'm going to be here for a while.
I experienced Ghana to the fullest and I had the most amazing time of my life. I think Ghana was one of the happiest times I've ever had. I had such a ball. It was such a fantastic time.
No, but all jokes aside, I'm just loving my life in Ghana.
Motherland has actually given hope to a lot of foreigners that has lost hope. You guys, these girls actually give out the reason why they're staying in Ghana and how Motherland has actually, blessed them. How Motherland has been the best decision they took in their life after moving out of their home countries. Okay, so if you're just seeing me for the first time, I'm simply Lilian. Please do well by liking this video, subscribe and share. Let's check out the reason why they said what they said. Let's do this together.
I want to talk about my experience and why I moved to Ghana. I've lived in 4 different countries in my life and I just want to talk about all of them so you can just understand me. And my auntie was going to Ghana for the first time and I was speaking to a friend of mine. I remember him, Goldie. I have no idea where he is right now, but he was a good friend to me. And he said, why don't you go to Ghana with your auntie? I'm like, oh my God, yeah. So up until then, I'd never visited Ghana before. I think I was in my 20s at that time. My mum passed away when I was very young. And I grew up with my auntie and my cousins. So we all decided to go with her. We all went together. So we booked, we got our visas, and off to Ghana we went. I had planned to stay there for a couple of months. And I fell in love with Ghana. I just fell in love with Ghana. It was such a fun place to be. It was a vibe. People were welcoming, friendly. I loved the culture. It just felt so natural just to fall into it quite easily. And it was nice seeing people like me everywhere and not feeling like a minority. And I just enjoyed being there. I was so happy. I ended up staying there for 6 months. I kept renewing my visa and I kept extending my ticket. So I went there in August and I left in February. During that time I made a lot of friends. I explored the country. I hung up with the locals. I hung up with the tourists. I did everything I possibly could. I experienced Ghana to the fullest and I had the most amazing time of my life. I think Ghana was one of the happiest times I've ever had. I had such a ball. It was such a fantastic time. I was always out. I was living my life. I was singing at plus 233. Hey, if anyone knows, big up. And I just didn't want to leave, but I had to come back and sort some things out in England, as you do. So I stayed there, like I said, for 6 months. I decided, look, I need to go back. I need to live in this country. I'm going back. I think I had to come back to have an operation on my leg. So I left in February. I went back to England, did some work, did my operation, and I went back to Ghana again. And I believe I went back on crutches. I didn't care about not fully healing. I just wanted to get back out there. And I shipped every single thing and moved back to Ghana in either 2012 or 2013. I can't remember. And that's how I ended up living in Ghana. Ghana is a place that I've lived in Jamaica, England, Rwanda, and Ghana. And Ghana, there are people who will get what I mean when I say this, but you have a love-hate relationship for Ghana. Ghana's a place that you fall in love with. It's like that toxic relationship that you love them so much and you leave, but then you keep going back. It's that kind of feeling. What is amazing about Ghana is just that it's so easy to just blend with everyone. And the food is great. The people are cool. And there's so much to do. It's a fun place to be. It's a place that you can just have so much fun. The weather is always great. It's just an amazing place to be. But it doesn't help when you are comparing it to where you have come from. And that can be difficult. So I settled in England for a little while. And I moved back to Ghana again. So I lived in Ghana twice. First time for 6 months, then for 2 years, then another 3 years, and another time I went back for 2 years. and I left Ghana last year, and I went to Rwanda. And why I keep running back to Ghana, and I'm missing it again now. Share some more of my experiences in Ghana. What's it like dating there? What it was like living there? What's it like, just in general, the people, the language, the economy. I'm happy to share my story about my whole experience in Ghana.
4 reasons I'm relocating to Ghana. Number 1, my mental health and physical health comes first. The cold, the stress, the grind, it's absolutely draining. My mental health is suffering and it's taking a toll on my physical health. There is no amount of antidepressants and or therapy that's going to undo the toll of the day-to-day of waking up in a place that your mind, body and soul just doesn't fuck with. I'm so sorry. Like, why are we all on vitamin D anyways? It's a battle that meds can't fix because the environment itself is the problem. I feel like I'm forcing my body to adapt to a place that isn't really built for me. When I'm in Ghana, the sun warms up my body in a way that no supplement or medication can. Like, I breathe easier, my body's just a lot less stiff, I'm more mobile. I genuinely feel like when I'm in Ghana as well, all of a sudden these aches and pains that I get associated with my conditions, they somehow also take a vacation, and I can't ignore that. It's more than just a comfort thing. It's literally what seems to help me heal and manage my condition a lot better. Reason number 2, I need more than just making it through the day. Now, I would be foolish if I didn't acknowledge the clear privilege and opportunities around the UK. The system in the UK makes it so that you can earn money in the UK. There is work, there is employment. Whereas I know that's a lot more difficult in Ghana. But this same system makes it incredibly difficult to build and or sustain wealth. The cost of living, taxes, and random expenses eat away at any savings you could possibly think of putting together. It makes it feel like no matter how much hard work you put in, there's nothing for you to keep for yourself, to grow, or to pass on to your kids. It makes the days short and life even shorter. You just kind of go through life month by month on survival mode, just trying to get through your day, and this cannot be life. With all that in mind, and as the child of immigrant parents, why would I find myself in this unique position where I can earn money in London, in the UK, and go back to Africa and grow that money? It just feels like such a missed opportunity, and I'd be doing myself a disservice if I didn't take advantage of that. Number 3, community. I'm going where I'm loved, I'm adored, I'm respected, valued, and people are kind. London will literally never, ever be the bad vibes allegations. I promise you that. The culture of negativity here is suffocating. People are tired, they're overworked, undervalued, and constantly on edge. You can literally feel it in the way that people walk and talk and interact with you if they choose to interact with you. It's really, really sad. I know that people are trying to get through their day, but sometimes the vibe here, it feels like kindness is an afterthought. Ghana though, my Ghana, completely different energy. There's people in Ghana who have close to nothing and still wake up with a reason to smile. They still are able to keep their kindness and their humanity. It's just so much easier to build community in Ghana. You can smile and at somebody and you're guaranteed a smile back. You can wave and, guarantee that somebody's going to wave back and not question your motive. The sense of community is real and people move with warmth and kindness. Number 4, legacy. This is a long one, so just bear with me. And I know this is and sounds grandiose. At least in Ghana, the idea of making an impact on the landscape and development of Ghana is a real and possible reality. Ghana is very much a developing country with immense potential. I've had friends that have gone back and started farming. I've had friends that have gone back and opened salons. I've had friends that have gone back and opened resale spaces and more. People are actively moving back and building themselves a future. Imagine if we all share that common goal to move back and elevate Ghana's progression. There is something so poetic about how our parents migrated here with hopes and dreams of like giving us a better future. They faced so much adversity just so they could give us these advantages. And now here we are as a generation of immigrant parents. Or let me speak for myself. Here I am, in a place where I'm finally realizing that perhaps the place our parents left behind to make a better life for us is the place that we need to go back to create a better standard of living for ourselves. I find myself in a position where I'm asking myself questions. Is there a legacy here in London that I can leave for my son? Or am I here working to survive and raising my child up to do the same? How many of us can actually look around us now and say that we have made a contribution, worthwhile contribution to the place we live, the place we're raising our children, and we can get up every day and see and feel that contribution?
No, but all jokes aside, like, I'm just loving my life in Ghana. Like, I'm learning the language. I learned a few tree words. I learned some Ga. Like, the culture is just so rich here, and I just appreciate it so much because I just feel like we lack that in the States. So my life here is very simple, very peaceful, and I can still make USD. Like, I don't recommend you moving abroad if you don't have no money. Like, you need a couple dollars. And right now it's 3:32, and I'm about to go pick my son up from school. It's literally 1 block away. I walk to go get him. I pay about $70 a month for his daycare. And I just couldn't ask for a better life. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. What's
I'm gonna go get.
Let me tell you something. Living in Ghana has completely ruined my English. Like, I sound so weird now. I listen to myself talk sometimes. Like, why do I sound like that? Like, why? Really? And it's not one of those videos where, like, oh, Ghana speak better English than Nigeria, Nigerians speak better English than. No, it's not one of those things at all. I'm not saying anyone speak bad English or whatever. I'm just saying my own English is not sounding bad, and I'm going to explain. So before you cut my head off, listen, right? So I've been living in Ghana now for 6 years, and I'm Nigerian, which means all my life I've been speaking English like a certain way, and I learned to speak English like a certain way, so I sound so Nigerian. And then I came to Ghana and I noticed that they speak English quite differently from us. That's that they pronounce a lot of things very differently from us. This video I'm making now, I'm trying really hard to keep my accent in one place. So bear with me, right? So because of that, like I said, we pronounce things differently. We pronounce things a certain way, and they pronounce things another way, right? Because I've been living here and my day-to-day life is here, and I now run a physical business here also in Ghana. It means like my day-to-day interaction is primarily with Ghanaians. So because of that, I subconsciously started pronouncing some things the way they pronounce things, and I pronounce some things the way Nigerian pronounce things. So I'll make a full sentence switching between different way of pronouncing different thing, and because of that, the whole sentence will end up sounding as if I'm speaking broken English. The other day I'm like, do I speak broken English? Like, have I lost my ability to speak good English now? I just made a video now where I was talking about working from home today. My laptop is there. I'm like, oh, today is Monday, I'm going to be working from home today. You see, I'm trying hard to pronounce working, so I'm talking very slowly, just like I can pronounce things the way I want to pronounce it. But instead of saying I'm going to be working from home today, I said I'm going to be working from home today. Instead of saying us, I say s. It's just a lot of things. I switch between the accents now, so sometimes I'm like, do I sound more Ghanaian than Nigerian now? Anyway, one thing about it is I sound so Nigerian. Anywhere I go to in Ghana, the first thing I want you to know is I'm Nigerian. Like, I love living in Ghana, I love my life in Ghana, but I'm still 100% Nigerian, and I will always want to hold on to my accent. Like, I can completely switch my accent and try to speak English like a Ghanaian and sound so Ghanaian, but I wouldn't do that because I feel like that's playing with my identity. When I meet fellow Nigerians here and they want to do, oh, I'm not Nigerian, or even if it's playfully, I just look at it like, you must have like a low self-esteem. That's the highest point of low self-esteem and inferiority complex for you to deny your nationality just because you want to fit in a place. No matter how long I live in Ghana, no matter how more my life turn around in Ghana, maybe, I don't know, if I end up even spending my whole life in Ghana, I'm not saying that for my friends to come for me because, anyway, I'm always going to be Nigerian, and I'm always going to be one to be addressed as a Nigerian. Anyway, I always say some of us were raised differently. When I see Nigerians hear that, oh, I'm not Nigerian, I want to pretend just to fit in for Ghanaians, I'm like, how were you raised? Some of us were raised differently. I keep saying that. I personally, I was raised with like a strong sense of identity, so strong that even back in Nigeria, my name is an Urobo name and an Isoko name also. So if I tell you my native name, which is Voke, most people say, oh, Voke. I'm like, no, it's not Voke. My name is Voke. Oh, you're Urobo. I'm like, no, I'm not Urobo. I'm an Isoko. Saying about my name, right? My name is Voke, obviously. The full name is Obuke. A lot of you don't know my full name, but it's an Urobo name also. But the Urobo, they say Voke. Mine is Voke. Right? So people I say, oh, hi, I'm Voke. I'm like, oh, Urobo. I'm like, no, I'm not Urobo. I'm an Isoko. Get it right. Like, that's my identity. You're not going to take that away from me. Like, nothing wrong with me and Urobo girl, but obviously I'm not an Urobo girl. Why do I want to be known as Urobo girl? I'm an Isoko girl. It's the same thing here. And one thing is, when I'm in Ghana, I sound so Nigerian. Everybody was telling me, even my workers at the shop, when I go back to Nigeria, like last time I was in Lagos, people kept saying I sound Ghanaian. And it's because of the way I pronounce things now. Pronounce things weirdly, I sound weird. As a matter of fact, the other day in my department WhatsApp group, where you meet like old classmates, if you're one of those, your old classmates or course mates WhatsApp group is the weirdest place to be. people basically, anyway, that's a discussion for another day. I'm just saying, don't join if you've not joined at all. People don't want to see you do any, I don't know, people just have, I don't want to get into all of that. One of my old classmates was like, you funny phonetics. I'm like, that's not phonetics. I'm sounding broken. My English actually does sound broken because I sent a voice note and I was trying really hard to sound away, just so I don't mess up the whole Ghanaian pronunciation too much. And was like, oh, you funny phonetics. I'm like, no. Like, oh no, that is how I talk. You know, I'm not forming any phonetics or whatever. My English actually sound more broken than it was when I was primarily living in Nigeria. But that was the only reason I said Ghana has ruined my English, because I sound weird most times. I listen to myself talking, I'm like, why?
Motherland is actually a very different country from other African countries. The reason why I said it's very different, because motherland is just so addictive, and there's no how you will come into motherland with a very peaceful mind and a very good good sense, open mind. Motherland will not bless you. They've all spoken well why they choose to remain in Ghana after visiting Ghana, and you could see that they are all prospering, and you could see that they are all happy, which means that motherland have one or two way to bless you. If you bless motherland, if you are coming into motherland, you just have to have the sense of giving into our country, motherland, and then motherland will give you back. But when you come into the country with the mindset of taking away, unaliving, cheating, fraud, crimes, I'm telling you for a fact, you will be among those people that will not have any good thing to achieve in motherland. So motherland is just a blessing to Africa. Yes, motherland is a blessing to Africa. I used to say that motherland is a is a country in Africa that define Africa. They define the real meaning, the real Africa. And when you step your foot into motherland, you will definitely feel the impact. You will feel the difference between motherland and other African country. Anyway, they have all spoken their mind. I want to know your thoughts on the comment section. Please, at this stage, please do well by dropping your comments, like the video so that YouTube can push it to more people. Subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much. I'll see you on my next one. Bye.